Hello, and we are back with Limitless Gaming Esports coverage of Thursday. I need to get the Tuesday out of my head, man. Thursday, Formula 4 racing here at the Circuit of Americas. Looks like we're going to have a bright and sunny day, which I'm kind of glad to see, because the racing we just seen in the sprint was phenomenal. Crossfire Strikes dominated. Starting from well outside the top 10. The battle for second, third, fourth and fifth position, all incredibly close, and a couple of big gainers in there in the midfield as well. Kingsholm started P16, now starts P5 with his medium soft strategy for the sprint. Iggy Combo comes up to P6 after some penalties for Lucas A. Germany and Shug's Life. Lucas A. Germany was looking good for a potential front row of the grid start, but unfortunately in the last lap it all came undone for him. But yeah, we're back here at Circuit of the Americas. What do you like to say, guys? If you feel like leaving me a wee comment, I like a bit of interaction, I like a bit of banter. Give me a little comment, I'll make sure I read them. I have them sitting in front of me, I'll see them. So yeah, just, say hello. But yeah, so we're at the Circuit of Americas. Like I say, I was wondering, I've seen rain here before, but looking at that sky, it looks like we're in for a very, very dry race, which I think I'm preferring. I normally commentate Tuesdays for anyone who doesn't watch it. It was a very, very wet and dramatic race on Tuesday. So please go and give it a watch. I've had a couple of people saying they find the commentary very funny, so if you get a laugh out of it, I'll take it. First comment saying I've got P13 from it's Exy. He's gonna take. He's confident. He's gonna get the win today. He's confident. So we'll see what he can do down there in P13. If he can get himself back up into the points at least. Well, I say into the points. Thursday's working a little bit different. So you get points for every position in the race. So don't ask me the specific breakdown, but there is points for every single position finish. So as long as you finish, you're getting points. But yeah, we're encroaching the end of the season. James has already taken the championship. I think the constructors is about to be won today, as long as Bentley have a good result, and with the way they've been all season, I won't be surprised. Interesting on the tyre strategies, mind. So just have a look at them. A couple of medium guys there in the top 10 think that the better strategy here is to go medium first. We might see a couple of two stops here. Like I said, the tyre deg here is ridiculous, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of tyres they go for. But we're almost ready to go. The lights start to come on with 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. We've got a terrible camera angle again. Thank you, game. Crossfires gets away well, but waits, he gets a better start than him. He's headed up the inside. Can Crossfires get inside though? It looks like he's got a better exit. That's a lot cleaner turn one than what we've seen the first time by the looks. Lewis has had an amazing start. I think he started right at the back of the grid there. Just get the position changes up and we'll have a look. But he's got himself a great start. He's up 6 positions already. Taylor McKenzie, another driver, up 5 already. But we've had an incident as we went through the S's on lap 1. I'm not sure who it is. Oh, and there's a Exy. The confident words from the man in the comments. He's had a spin on the first lap. He's got it all to do now. It's Bosworth, the only person in a Toyota today. Looks like he's left the session. I'm not sure if he's disconnected or what, but Crossfire has regained his position at the front. He's just going to have to try and open up that gap now and see if he can break the toe of Waitsy sitting behind. James has got an awful getaway. I'm not sure what's happened, but he's trying to get a move up the inside around the outside of Kingsholm. Kingsholm breaks very, very late, but he's allowed Lewis. Lewis is also the Ford is getting absolutely ambushed by the Bentleys. James has managed to get up the inside and holds the position. Lewis also looking to strike, but Iggy Combo in the Porsche tries to stick it around the outside of that long swooping right-hander. Doesn't manage to get the moved on just yet, but oh, and they've got Bentley into the walls and Lewis! Lewis has had an absolute nightmare. He had that amazing start. He's crashed just on the exit of the second last corner. Now he's got the pit. He's gonna need a new front wing. It's absolutely devastating for him. Really not getting on with this track. He did say he liked it earlier, but I don't think he's gonna like it after today. Crossfires at the front though has broken that 1 second gap just to Waitsy behind. Waitsy's going to have to try and rein him in a bit before that DRS is activated, because if he loses him, I get the feeling that Crossfire's just going to disappear into the distance. Really flexing on that Monday pace that he's showing. But Waitsy's managed to rein him back in there just on the exit of the S's. Reined him in quite nicely, may I say, but didn't get as good an exit onto the back straight, so Crossfires has pulled away again. We've got some moves. Craigie Combo and Shug's Life going side by side in the exit onto the back DRS straight. And we've also got the Bentley of Robin. Robin off the track though. Not sure if he might have to give that position back, because it looked like he had all four wheels off track, but he might have got away with it. I did see Lewis has picked up a time penalty there for track limits. These two going hard through the second sector, starting into the third now, but yeah, I guess there's already some drama on track. It's only lap 2. Waitsy at the front looks like he's got himself back into DRS range, but he has to hold it until he gets to that back straight in sector 2. If he lets Crossfire go, I think he might disappear into the distance, but if Waitsy can just stay with him and, you know, use the DRS to either drag him along or get the overtake done, he might have a chance here to win today. The reserve driver in the Porsche, BKS, has dropped off the back of both of them. Taylor McKenzie though right on the gearbox of that Porsche. I'm expecting some moves to be made on this lap. Like I say, Germany, after that unfortunate incident in the sprint, has got himself in a great position though. Started in the medium compound tyres, opting for the alternative strategy, get the medium stint out of the way earlier, and you know, maybe do a 1-stop, maybe do a 2-stop. He's got options here. But Lucas right on the back of Taylor McKenzie. Has he got the overspeed to try and get the move done? Taylor undecided. Does he need to go defensive? Goes defensive now though. Like I said, Germany breaking a little bit early. I think he's trying to fake him out there and go up the inside, but hasn't worked on this occasion. He's right in the gearbox of that Porsche, and that Bentley is right in the gearbox of that Bentley, and that Bentley is right in the gearbox of the Porsche. These three looking like they're going to replicate what we've seen in the sprint, and James, the other Bentley, just sitting behind, hoping that there's some drama unfolds. Looks like Waitsy's managed to hold on to the back of Crossfire. He's still within that DRS toe, so this this race is far from Crossfire's yet. Should have DRS active, yes he does. So potentially maybe just save a little bit of battery, let Crossfire strikes do the hard work, but we'll see what he has in mind. Taylor McKenzie, like I said, Germany and James all coming out of turn 1. Nice exits from all four of them. I'm expecting some moves to be done within the next lap or so, because this is going to end up in a massive DRS train. Shug's Life on those softs has his teammate Kingsholm just behind on the mediums. Another driver going for that alternate strategy. And Shug's Life get a little bit of a tank slapper there. Leaves himself vulnerable to Kingsholm sitting behind. And we'll see if there's any team orders going on here, or if Kingsholm just feels it going to go and he dives up the inside. Excellent move on his teammate, but his teammate gets a better exit. The two go side by side down the DRS straight. I'm not sure who got it though. It looks like Kingsholm as he pulls ahead, and that leaves Shug's Life is now vulnerable to the Bentley of Robin behind, and he sends a big dive down the outside. Saucy little attempt there, to be fair to him. Saucy little attempt, cheeky little number, but he's managed to get ahead of Shug's Life, and now he's going to try and pick off Kingsholm. I think Kingsholm's going to have his work cut out for him on those medium tyres. At this stage, I think the sauce might be the better compound to be on. If we go back to the guys at the front though, there's been no position changes just yet. BKS though, I didn't actually notice, he's another one of those drivers on the alternate strategy, and he's in P3, so you know he's gonna. I'm not surprised he's dropped off the guys in front. The mediums are not the fastest tyre around here, but I do believe they're the better race tyre. He'll be able to go much longer on those tyres. And you're choked there, by the way, for anyone who's looking to laugh. But these four definitely looking very, very racy on each other. If Taylor will probably want to try and dispatch a BKS as quickly as possible, give himself a decent chance at a podium today as well. Like I said, the track limits around here have been very, very harsh in the past. I'm surprised at the lack of penalties so far. Track limits, put it this way, we'll talk about it at the end of the race when we're considering the penalty change. But BKS got a great exit there onto the back straight. It looks like Taylor's nowhere near him, but Taylor is very, very vulnerable to Lucas A. Germany behind. Lucas sends one up the inside. Doesn't manage to get it done though. There's a bit of tyre banging going on there. Lucas trying to get the most out of those medium tyres. I have to ask though, are those soft compounds starting to go off? Is the medium tyre becoming the quicker tyre? Because the medium guys are looking a lot faster than they were 5 laps ago. Kingsholm still has held on to. They've got big massive. I feel bad for Robin here, man. He's in a massive Ford sandwich. Shug's Life and Court, and Kingsholm in front. He's just completely surrounded. We'll see if he can get the move done though. Down into turn 1. Has to get a decent exit though. He's right on the gearbox of Kingsholm. He's going to have to try and get it done here. Looks like he's got the overspeed. But we all know Kingsholm loves a dirty wee late break. We'll see. And he's done it again. He's sent one up the inside trying to defend that corner. Can Robin get a better exit though? Doesn't look like it. Got a little bit squirmy on the curves there, so not able to get the move done this lap anyway. Keep saying I love this section of the track. Ooh, Shug's done a little bit over the curb there. Won't be surprised if he gets a warning for that. Flea, the next victim of the penalties so far. Robin trying to get himself in a position to overtake Kingsholm, but he's such a late breaker. Oh, and we've got Exy. Exy's retired. Middle sector, could this potentially be a safety car? Because there's some cars coming through that sector, and these guys would be very glad of a safety car, because at the minute they are well out of the race. Doesn't look like it's gonna, not even a VSC. Oh, we've got some moves though. BKS and Lucas A. Germany. Lucas goes around the outside. These two guys on the medium compound tyre going at it hard. Lucas runs really deep though. Opens the door for BKS to go back up and in front into P3. James, I'm starting to think these soft tyres have gone off. If we look at the pace difference that Lucas and BKS seem to have over James and Taylor behind, I think. Oh, and Taylor gets that was a very harsh penalty there. Got a great view of it from the helicopter cam. But I think those soft tyres are starting to die off. I'll be expecting a couple of pit stops. Well, anyone going on the 2-stop, probably this lap realistically. See, Lucas able to follow BKS very nicely through the S's. Shug's Life gets himself a 3-second penalty. I'm not sure if that's his first or second. As James gets himself a penalty, and that'll be another warning for him a little bit wide of that exit. Like I say, the penalty's definitely going to be a factor here. I'm really surprised no one's opted for the 2-stop here, because I know it is feasible, and the pace advantage you have on fresh tyres around here will be remarkable. But back to these two again, Lucas and BKS. Lucas trying to close up, but he's not close enough to get the move done this lap. BKS defends well. Decent exit. As these two go through this little tight, very technical section of sector 2. I'm getting tongue-tied now. If we look at the guys at the front, so it seems that Crossfire has managed to break the toe of Waitsy. Waitsy has opened up a nice, comfortable gap though to those guys behind as he comes into the pits, considers the undercut. This will be all telling though. Is he going to go for the 1-stop? Is he going to go for the 2-stop? Looks like a set of medium tyres to me. He's going to have to get a move on though. He's going to have to fly on this outlap to try and maybe get an undercut on Crossfire's ahead. See where he comes back out. Looks like it's going to be maybe P11. Iggy Combo goes through. So P11, he's got a bit of fresh breathing air. He's got his teammate ahead of him. If there's some team orders, he might let his teammate pass. But yes, back to these four that just don't want to leave each other alone. Robin actually starting to come into that little group as well. Bentley's going very, very strong today. Really showed how they've dominated this championship. But Lucas definitely within striking distance in this lap. He's burning that battery. You look on the steering wheel, he's got such overspeed. Gets the move done comfortably before the end into that heavy braking zone. Now what he's got to do is try and get that gap to break the DRS toe, and he could be looking at a podium today. On that alternate strategy, you never know. It could be the winning strategy for all we know, because he's absolutely flying today. He's already opened nearly 6/10. There it is. To BKS behind, so he's going to want to try and break that toe as quickly as possible. Crossfires has come into the pits. We'll see what he opts for tire wise. Is it a 1-stop? Is it a 2-stop? It's looking like it's going to be mediums. Medium compound tires. So let's go on board with Waitsy. He's coming into the second last corner now. I don't know if he's done enough to maybe get an undercut on Crossfire, but if well, we're about to find out. Coming down the back straight, can we see Crossfire ahead? He's already out of the pits. He's still held a comfortable gap to Waitsy behind. Looks like he's actually gained a second or two on that lap too, so the undercut hasn't worked on this occasion. He's got yellow flags in sector 3 though. He's got Flea in the Porsche. He's gone off track. I really think those softs have to be going off at this point. Definitely fine. Oh, and he's off again! Really lit up those tyres. He's going to have to be careful getting away. Luckily, there's nobody coming anywhere near him. But look back at the front with Lucas A. Germany, who is absolutely flying. But Flea having some problems out the back again. But BKS having that DRS advantage. Just watching this, you can really see the power of DRS on this track. If you lose that train in front, oh, Lucas getting a little bit squirmy on the exit. If you lose that train in front, you're losing so much pace. Flea gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. He's into the pit lane. Potential retirement, maybe. Doesn't look like it so far. Lucas coming into the last corner now. I'll be very surprised if we don't see these two behind pitting. James dives in. Look at Germany gets 3-second penalty though. There's a 3-second penalty that undone his run in the sprint race. Let's hope he doesn't repeat what he's done there. Taylor McKenzie, one of the soft runners, has opted to stay out, and Robin, his teammate, is right in his gearbox. He's having such a run. Let's get a look at the tyres. Crossfire Strikes has come out in a nice little gap. He's got Kingsholm ahead of him, his teammate. Be interesting to see if he just lets him by. But with the pace Crossfires has been shown, I won't be surprised if he just blitzes past him. Let's see as they come down. There's another 3-second penalty for James. That's going to hurt him as well. But as they come down the hill, is there going to be a switch? It looks like they've got some team orders there. Kingsholm let Crossfire past very easy. It's just another barrier for Waitsy to get through to try and get on the back of Crossfires. But again, Crossfires once again looking like he's head and shoulders above everyone else today. I think the only people who are actually a threat to him at the minute are those guys on the alternate strategy. Kingsholm though, having none of it. He's just sent one on his teammate. It looks like he doesn't want to give up that place quite easily. I think that was maybe, rather than looking like team orders, it was a tactic. He wanted the DRS down that back straight so he could have a go at him again. Now this is doing Waitsy, this is a lifeline for Waitsy. If these two keep fighting, it might give him a chance to get back onto the DRS of Crossfires and give himself a chance at making that overtake. I'm just looking. Really surprised. Robin and Taylor, neither of them have decided to pit so far. Really taken these tyres to their absolute limit. We seen on Tuesday that a puncture affected Iggy Combo. He's still on those softs as well. He's looking like he's willing to take that risk again. But I know tyre degradation on this track is absolutely huge, so those soft tyres cannot have much pace left in them. But it also looks like the Bentleys have swapped positions as well. They've got themselves, well, they've swapped about, haven't they? Robin has a lot more pace on those old softs. He's maybe been looking after them a little bit better than what Taylor has. Lewis gets himself another 3-second time penalty. Let's see how he's going at the minute. So he's on the back of the, well, P10. I was going to say the points, but like I said earlier, you get points for every position in this race. So I'm sure Lewis will want to try and maximise that. Wait, he's actually my rival, I think. I think he's in the standings. I'm just above him, so I don't really want him to do well. That's not what I'm after. We don't need him to do well. That's it. I'm rooting for forward today. Go on, Shug's life. Keep him behind you, son. Also, Court, the forward, on fresh mediums, looking like he's going to try and get up the inside of both of them, and he goes for it. Oh, he didn't. He just got a little bit feared there at the end. Didn't want to risk it. Doesn't want to risk losing out on precious points. These guys are going to have to pit at some point, so why risk it? We go back to the front. Looks like Germany's opened up a tasty little gap to Robin behind. So where has, I can't even remember who was behind him. BKS, where's BKS gone? Am I blind? Ah, never mind. BKS has got Lucas. I'm having a moment. Forgive me, guys. I'm having a moment. But BKS looks like he's got moved on, and Lucas at Germany. Lucas has that penalty of 3 seconds. So BKS is only doing himself a favour here. He's given Lucas a lot of work to do. I'm wondering is maybe Lucas saving a little bit just for this pit stop. Is he thinking he's going to come in this lap and try and undercut him a little bit? But actually, I thought he was going to go for a lunge there. It looked like he had the overspeed to maybe attempt something. Kingsholm also getting a move done on Taylor McKenzie on the back straight. Crossfires now in the back of the other Bentley of Robin, who's on those old soft tyres. They've got to be considering a pit stop soon. Crossfire sends one up the inside. Nice little move. He should get better traction as well with those fresher tyres. But it looks like Robin's not willing to give up that position easily, but it's going to be a hard ass to defend. Defend with that kind of tyre wear. Court has managed to get a move done on Lewis, it looks like. Lewis on very old soft compound tyres as well. I'm going to say it at the risk of causing a safety car, or causing it. But I'm surprised there hasn't been a safety car. We're 13 laps in, it's America. There's no traction. We've had incidents. It's been a very quiet race so far. Kingsholm, as we see, coming in the pits, he's up for the soft compound. So I'm assuming he's banking on that safety car, Colin, or he's going for a two-stop. Because he's going for a very, very aggressive strategy. Pitting on lap 12 on the medium compound. He's just come out behind Flea, who I believe is a lap down after that incident we've seen earlier. Lewis is down into the pits. He's going for the hard compound tyres. He's just going to have to pray for a safety car. It'll bring him back in it, because I know Lewis has the pace. It's just he's not having the luck today. Iggy Combo gets himself a 3-second time penalty. These guys at the front, though, I've just seen, like I said, Germany's managed to get a move on BKS again, down the back straight using DRS. We've seen the straight line speed he had earlier, but look who's coming behind them. Crossfire strikes now within sight view of what's probably his main competitors with this yellow flag. Is it Flea? I think Flea's in an incident going on to the back straight. But he's back on track. I don't know if there's any damage to that car. Doesn't look like it. Kingsholm gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Oh, I don't know what I've seen there. I thought I'd seen a car spinning. Lucas at Germany. H. Bosworth gets himself 3 seconds for track limits. But Robin finally decides it's time to pit. Those mediums will definitely go to the end from there. That's why I'm surprised that Lewis opted for the hard compound. You could definitely stretch the mediums 14 laps. Lewis has opted for the hards, and Robin serving his penalty, it seems like. Oh no, we just got a little bit of lag, it seems like. We're still. This is like a scene from Drive to Survive. This, just watching all the guys doing the pit stop. But I'm back on track now. Medium tyres should go comfortably to the end at this point. He's out just ahead of Kingsholm though, on those fresh softs. So let's see what they can manage. Sticks it around the outside. Oh, it's a scary part of the track to go side by side. Kingsholm backs out of it. Not willing to risk an incident. He wants to try and get back up the order a bit. But with those soft tyres, he's going to have to go for an aggressive strategy and get the move done on Robin very quickly. Taylor McKenzie and Iggy Combo still... Oh dear, what's happened here? What's happened here then? I've just got to say, they're on the oldest... They haven't pit yet, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And they're in 13 lap low softs. The tyre degradation is nuts. Iggy's struggling to get that car slowed down, which makes me question, is there damage to the front of that car? BKS is retired! He's had an incident, I'm not sure where it is though. And there's the safety car. I've done it! I've jinxed it, boys! I've done it again! Oh, and he's lost it on that corner. It scares me every time. Crossfire pits. Lucas of Germany pits. Crossfire's lost out to the lead on this. James comes into the pits. Waitsy comes into the pits. Oh, and Taylor McKenzie tried to go for a cheeky overtake there on Waitsy. But that has worked out wonders for him. Robin opts to stay out, which is probably the right call. The question is, will he inherit the lead? Looks like Lucas is on track. Crossfires is on track. Robin comes out in P3. Kingsholm stays out, interestingly. Now, this has surprised me because I don't think those soft compounds are going to be able to go to the end. We've seen drivers do 14 laps, well, 13 laps on them, and they must have been dead. He's willing to take the gamble on this and hope for maybe a second safety car. Incredibly unfortunate for BKS. He's lost out there on some decent points for the Porsche team and was looking like a potential candidate for a win. But yeah, that's just unfortunate. If he had just kept it on track, I'm sure he would have been finishing, well, potential podium at least, for him. But yeah, this is the drama I wanted. So we've, interesting enough, a couple of guys have gone to the soft tyre, most of the grid on the medium. Shug's Life hasn't pit. He's happy with his compound of tyres. Flea, I'm not sure if he can unlap himself, if he's close enough. Don't think so though. I think he's maybe going to try and overtake the safety car. I did see it happen a couple of weeks ago. I didn't think you could do that, but I have seen people do it. Potentially overtake the safety car before it comes in. I suppose at this stage he may as well, it's worth the gamble, because he's not going to get too many points down there in P14 at the minute. Well, P13 whenever he gets up to BKS. Runs a little bit deep there at the bottom. Court looks like he's racing him. I think it's Court. Is that Court? I think he's racing the back marker, trying to get ahead of him. Doesn't want that back marker in the way before the restart, but I think Flea may as well take the gamble on overtaking people here. If he's a lap down anyway, he needs to get onto the lead lap to try and overtake people. Let's see who we're waiting on. I think Yates Bosworth's the last car on track at the moment, but I don't think. I'm just going to have a wee look and see if anyone considers pitting. Someone does. It's a Ford. Kingsholm. Now, he's going to lose positions out in this, but I think he's happy that he has the pace to maybe try and make some of those positions up again. Should drop him down to about P11, I think, if my maths is correct. This man is going to be very, very happy. He's now up in the P9. You know, he can't complain. He was almost half a lap down. He's gotten himself a second chance to try and have a go and get himself some more points today. Like I said, I don't want him to do well, but for the sake of commentary, I do want him to do well. So good luck, Liz. Good luck. Just have a wee look at the comments here and we'll see if anyone's been chatting to me. I did say I would look at them, so I suppose I may. Oh, we've got Exy. I hate my life. I'm assuming that's in reference to the incident he had early in the race. That's another interesting observation. The only driver on track without a penalty at the moment is this man. Crossfire Strikes, absolutely flying, absolutely phenomenal driver. He showed his pace. He's kept it consistent. I did say earlier that I'm sure he won't mind me saying that the mistakes he's made has cost him in the past. He doesn't want to make any mistakes today. No penalties. I don't know how many warnings he has, but he's no penalties. The only driver on track to have no penalties, and he's displayed pace, uncatchable pace. I think Lucas at Germany's going to have a hard time trying to keep behind, to say the least. I'm hoping these guys at the back catch the safety car queue before we have to do another lap, because I don't really want to sit behind the safety car for another lap, but it's looking like we might. And there it is. Flees down into the pits, first set of tyres at least. As he may as well. Oh, he's a front wing change. Serves a penalty. I'm assuming that's a pit lane speeding penalty. And gets a new front wing. Puts on the soft compounder tyres. Interesting. So most of the grid, everyone on the grid, apart from Lucas and Crossfire and Flea, all on the medium tyres. Those three have opted to go for the softs. They're happy that they can take them to the end. I suppose at this stage it's only 11 laps, so should be able to comfortably make it. But I'd say I've seen people do it before. Flea should probably try and overtake the safety car if he wants to have a go at getting some more points. Because I've heard, now this is a rumour, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but if we look at the little white or yellow flashing light on top of the car, or that red flashing light on the number plate, apparently that says overtake. So I don't know. He might be able to get away with it, because whenever I've seen someone else do it, I had to look up. I had to do a bit of research. Flea burning fuel. I don't think he's going to go for the overtake of the safety car by the looks. I'd rather not risk it, because it seems to be a very difficult thing to get right. So safety cars coming in this lap. Lucas at Germany leading the pack. Wonder when he'll go. He's going to try and catch Crossfire and nap him a little bit. Crossfire doesn't want to give him an inch though. When does he go? When is he going to take it right to the line? Crossfire's looking very racy. Look, he's going to try and get the move. Lucas is gone out of the last corner. He's caught the two of them have caught Robin napping. James also caught napping. Waitsy just behind. Court looks like he's still trying to warm those tyres. Iggy Combo under threat from Lewis F1 behind as he goes up the inside. Kingsholm gets the move done. Both of them get the move done on Iggy Combo. Ran a bit deep into turn one there. Coming out now into the S's. No dramas so far. It's been a clean restart from what I've seen. Crossfires gets a penalty though. It's not an even playing field at the front. 3-second penalty for Lucas, 3-second penalty for Crossfires. It's a straight shootout to the finish line now. The question is, who's got the pace to take the win? Will those tyres have the pace at the end of the race? Because everyone else behind them is on fresh mediums, and if they can hold on to the back of these two, I'd say they're both a little bit vulnerable at the minute. Crossfire sends one up the inside of Lucas, very late on the brakes, but manages to get it done. Lucas tucks in neatly behind, maybe going to try and get that position back into the braking zone of turn 1. This scene though, Kingsholm lost a couple of positions there to Lewis and Iggy. I'm not sure if there was an incident, but trying to get that move or that position back from Iggy Combo in the Porsche. Doesn't look like he's been able to manage it just yet, but DRS is yet to be active for Crossfire Strikes, putting a 1:34.4 in for the fastest lap of the race so far. But we'll see. As they all come down the start-finish straight, we're getting terrible camera angles, as per usual. Taylor Kenzie's safe. Doesn't look like anyone feels like lining up a move into turn 1 so far. Kingsholm very late in the brakes for Iggy Combo. As they come down the hill into this S section, it is very difficult to follow cars in this section. The dirty air comes off these cars as Iggy Macumbo makes a mistake, gets himself a 3-second penalty for it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That dirty air has thrown him so much. Opened the door for Kingsholm to get a move done. Hasn't managed to get it done yet, but he's got the overspeed to maybe try and move down into the turn. Oh, he does it very late in the brakes. It's going to compromise his exit though. Iggy Combo coming back at him, and now it's a matter of who's got the straight line speed set up. Nearly interlocking weeds there. Iggy goes to the outside, Kingsholm goes defensive. It's a matter of who can break this. Iggy stuck it around the outside, but gets a little bit squirrely on the curbs. Isn't able to manage to get the move done this time, but there's another Porsche in the mix there. Is that Flea? Flea trying to unlap himself? Well, he has. He's unlapped himself from Iggy Combo anyway. He's just going to try and get some of these positions back. Hope for another safety car, and then he can be on the lead lap. But back at the front, DRS is enabled. Oh, apparently Flea's got a penalty for ignoring blue flags. Oh, it's not gone well for him at all today. Not gone well for him at all. Crossfire Strikes and Lucas H. Germany at the front. 5/10 separate them. Lucas well within DRS striking distance, but I'm just going to get their telemetry up. Looks like Lucas has actually been saving more battery, so Lucas still well and truly within this fight, and it's only going to take one of them to get another penalty, and that might make all the difference. The one driver that's really showing pace at the minute is Robin. Let's have a look at his position changes. I'm pretty sure he started low down. He's P9. Sorry, not 9 positions gained. Started P12. He's sitting comfortably on for a podium here. Flea gets another penalty for ignoring blue flags. I think he's just trying to work his way through the pack at this point. Hopefully that they'll get removed at the end of the race. I suppose he's got nothing to lose at this point. He's a lap down. The only car a lap down. Just to try and get through these guys. It says a big send on Lewis, but runs very deep. Lewis goes back up the inside there. Let's have a look at these guys at the front. James gets himself a penalty. Lucas is on the gearbox again of Crossfire. Breaks very, very late into turn 1. He's lining a move up here soon. He's saved a lot of battery. I think he's going to try and line up this move and disappear into the distance. Kingsholm gets the move done on on his teammate Court. The TF4 drivers. Court not taking it lying down though. Looks like he was thinking about a move into the S section there, but thought better of it. Lewis though has pit. I'm wondering, did he maybe make some contact with Flea there, who's trying to unlock himself, and that's caused him a bit of wing damage or something maybe? He's pitted for the softs anyway. Like I say, he will get point for fastest lap, so if he can take that off Crossfire. It'll be an extra point for him. They're just not yet able to get that move done. He has a lot of battery in the tank though. He's just biding his time, saving as much as he can. Crossfire's saving it very well though as well. I think he's clicked on to what Lucas is trying to do here. And preparing himself for it, preparing the defence. Waitsy though, looks like he's closed up to within a second of Robin in front, so will we see a move from Waitsy in the coming laps? Definitely a battle to watch in the coming laps anyway. I've seen another 5 seconds for Flea there for ignoring blue flag, so we'll see where he is at the moment. Getting blue flagged, he's behind Iggy Combo. Looks like he's trying to get through as many of these cars as he possibly can, with the hopes that there'll be a safety car, but he's run deep into turn 1 anyway. Cleared Iggy and Shug's life there, so he's got a couple of drivers in the field, and now he gets another penalty for track limit. So, oh, that looks like it's a little bit squirmy coming through the S section. Has he taken everything out of those tyres before he's even got there? And he's been disqualified! Disqualified from the session! And he's, oh, the disqualified car has caused an incident with Shug's life! And that's caused a massive incident! H. Bosworth, Shug's life all caught up in that disqualified AI car. Absolute disaster as the Porsche of Flea pulls off the side of the track. Question is, will it cause a safety car? Doesn't look like it. Looks like the car's been cleared already, but wow, that's caused a lot of drama. It's given Iggy Combo a lot of breathing space, but that is devastating. Like I say, all those penalties he got from ignoring blue flags, it's got him disqualified. What's going on here then? Crossfire strikes into the pits. No, Lucas into the pits. What's happened here? All that drama. I'm not sure what's happened here. Is it a new front wing? No, he's just opting for... Oh, it's a new front wing. He must have had some damage at some point during that lap, but it's going to drop him right down the order. It's going to be devastating for him because he was definitely in that fight to win. But Crossfire is now a fairly healthy lead over the rest of the field, unless those tyres drop off the cliff or some other thing happens, shall I say, just in case it does. It looks like he's going to cruise home to the victory at the minute. Court gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Waitsy now right on the back of Robin in front. Waitsy well in the fight for winning this race right at the start. Looks like he's going to try and get Robin on the straight. He has the DRS, he's got the overspeed. Robin sends one up the inside though. Can't wait to take the position. Gets a much better exit out of the corner and manages to get round Robin FR in the Bentley. It also opens the opportunity for James to potentially get a move on his teammate. Like, Robin's going to want to fight for these positions because he's in the running here for a potential podium. Now, looking at the penalties, Waitsy now has to try and clear 3 seconds on Robin. James is 9 seconds behind him, and Robin gets a penalty. Oh, I've done it again! Robin's got himself a penalty, so now it's an even fight for this podium position. James still has 9 seconds, and so does Taylor McKenzie. Kingsholm, though, if he can close this gap up, he could jump right to the podium. He's got 4 laps to do it. We'll see what he can do. Iggy Combo gets a penalty. Every single driver on the grid has penalties at this point. Oh, it's like I said earlier, track limits are ruthless here. It is such a marginal error and you'll get yourself a warning too. But Kingsholm, like I say, if he can behave himself, get no penalties, could see himself. And Lucas gets another penalty. Oh, I need to stop saying the word penalty because it's just going to keep happening. Watch. But yes, as I was saying, Kingsholm with those 3 seconds, if he can close up to the back of those 2 in front, might find himself on the podium here today. 4 laps to go, still everything to do. Lucas said Germany gets the move done on Iggy Combo. Will he have DRS though? Oh, Iggy gives him a squeeze down the straight. Lucas has DRS on the fresher tyres. Should be a fairly easy overtake. H. Bosworth in the Toyota down there in P12, breaking the heart. Another track limit penalty for him, but a purple sector one of that. Crossfire though, just needs to bring the car home, not let the tyre wear get the better of him, and he should have this win comfortably. He looks like he's opening up a gap to Robin behind. Robin still within DRS though, and still able to keep within touching distance, but he's using a lot more of that battery. Nice and neat through the S section. He just looks like he's extending that gap though again. Robin actually got a much better exit out of there, and he's closing them down. Needs to start thinking about saving some battery though, because he's got to think about getting this move done. Looks like he's deciding to start saving some battery now with the DRS assistance, able to close the gap without burning the battery. Thinks about maybe a late dive bomb, but thinks better of it in the end. So well, it looks like Kingsholm's taking big chunks of time out of Taylor McKenzie ahead. In that window, he's well within the P4 window. Question is he within the window of P3? I think he's just out of it. If he can close up, I think about 2 seconds in the next 3 laps, might be looking at potentially P2 at the minute. No, I'm wrong. He's 4 seconds to make up with his own penalty, of course. Might potentially be looking at maybe a podium if he can close up the gap. Looks like Taylor McKenzie got a little bit squirmy in the exit there. Just had a quick glance of it. Kingsholm has it all to do at the moment in these down laps. If he come over the 15 seconds with the penalties. Not sure what that camera angle was, but it looked like someone running a bit wide. Let's see, as long as Crossfire can cross the start-finish line before the end of this lap, I think he'd be safe from a safety car should there be an incident, and then he can just cruise to the finish, look after those tyres. Looks like he's drained his battery though, trying to go for that fastest lap point, but I think that's firmly in Lewis F1's hands at the moment. Looks like Germany's got the move done on court. They're on the DRS straight. I think Lucas will have it again. Yep. Really pulling off quite a stellar recovery drive. And try and get himself back into higher points paying position. He is a reserve, but no way. I've raced him a couple of times. He's not one to just to give up, put it that way. Crossfire Strikes get a 6-second penalty, not that it particularly matters. Everyone behind him has the same, at least. And he's got a pretty comfy cushion of a gap there, should he could probably cut the corners for the rest of the race and still be okay, to be fair to him. Robin still in the back of Waitsy. Waitsy has been burning more of his battery of late, so now it's more of an even playing field. It's all down to, can Robin stay on the back of Waitsy and potentially get a move done down into the DRS straight. Seems to be a popular overtaking spot this race. One of the best places to make an overtake on this track. Lucas, though, interestingly, likes the move just before it. If he can get DRS, get a big dive bomb and get the overtake done beforehand, should be able to comfortably have the move down the straight, because he's got that DRS advantage. Waitsy goes for a tactical move. Did he get the DRS though? I'm not sure if he did. He did. Breaks early. Will it pay off though? See, he's got the overspeed, but it's gonna be a late move. It has worked this time, it seems. Cheeky little tactical number. We're seeing more of that in real life. braking just before the DRS line, gaining the DRS, and then remaking the overtake down the DRS straight within the zone. Great little technical move there from Waitsy. Robin will not be happy with that whatsoever, but he's got one lap to have one more crack at this. Waitsy has opened up 4 or 5 tenths with that move alone, so we'll see if Robin can get the move done before this race is over. He has very little time left to try and make that move. Like I say, Germany has managed to catch up to Kingsholm and make the overtake. I'm not sure when that happened, but it did. Crossfire Strikes still holding on to that comfortable lead. Waitsy pushing as hard as he can into the dying embers of this race, just to try and hold. All it's going to take is one penalty, and it will throw away a potential podium at the minute. We'll see what Waitsy decides to do here. He's not gonna play for DRS this time. Both drivers have very little battery left on the tanks. I think Waitsy's got a little bit more, but he's going to burn everything he has now. He's out of battery. Can he hold the second place position? Lucas has a lot of overspeed. He's going to have to go for it. It's not even Lucas, it's Robin. Big dive down the outside. Waitsy defends very well. That was likely his last opportunity unless he wants to go for a big lunge into the final corner. But Waitsy has played an absolute tactical blinder there on the lap before. Kingsholm and Court look to be battling at the end, but let's go back to the front as Crossfire Strikes. 8-second gap to the lead. Was the last driver to get a penalty. Slows down to the line, a little bit of a burnout. One you can be proud of, son. Tasty wee run. Tasty wee run. Two, but Waitsy and Robin. Waitsy takes it. James comes across the line next. The question is, what will the penalties do? Can Lucas get himself onto the podium? No, he can't. Taylor McKenzie? No, he can't. Where does Kingsholm come out in all this? Needs to cross the line quickly. And he runs deep. Holds P7. Court in P8 at the moment. Lewis crosses the line in P9. Should be safe for Miggy Combo with 18 seconds worth of penalties. Sugar's Life though only has 6 seconds. If he crosses the line within the next 12 seconds, he might be able to pip Iggy Combo to P10. Let's have a look. Is he just out 4 tenths? H. Bosworth completes the finishing order. 12 drivers left at the end of that. Like I said, the penalties were always going to play a factor, but I didn't think they were going to make that much of a difference. Robin F. Argus, driver of the day, rightfully so. I think another driver of note is definitely Waitsy, definitely Crossfire's very dominant performance from him today, but a great run from all of the drivers too. But that's it for this week. I can't even think where we are next week. If I can find my phone, I'll tell you. But we're coming into the dying embers of season 1 of Thursday Formula 4 racing. Next week we are it's the final actually next week. It's Brazil next week. I thought we'd maybe 2 more, but no, we've a final in Brazil next week. It's the reverse grid. It's going to be very, very exciting. I might actually be racing. We'll see. But yeah, so great drive from all the guys. Like I say, everyone got a penalty, but track limits are harsh here. I've said it throughout the commentary, so credit to the guys who limited that. Iggy Combo has said that he's won the penalty championship, so props to him. Actually, I think Flea probably won the penalty competition with all those blue flag penalties. But yes, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Anyone who tuned in, it's been an absolute pleasure as always, and I will see you guys on. Well, I'll be racing on Monday, but I'll be back on Tuesday commentary with my boy Kem. So, all the best, people. Have a nice Christmas. Behave yourselves. Goodbye.